and it's important to put a couple of slits in it. Not very big, but go between the frames. And this swarm here that I caught, they've got about 7 or 8 frames drawn out, and they're not doing badly. For my purposes and for my area here, I don't want to try to overwinter a 10 frame deep. They won't have enough time to draw out another 10 frame deep to get through winter and get enough stores in. Hello everybody, David Burns. I'm pumped and excited to be with you today. We're going to take an opportunity now that it's kind of getting deep into summer to combine this hive with another hive. A lot of you ask me about how to combine hives. Listen to this. I've got a hive over here, and it has a deep on it and a medium super. And what I want to do is get them into 2 deeps. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to steal 8 frames out of here without the queen on it, and I'm going to move the queen into her own little nuke box that will stay here, maybe on that platform. But I'm going to keep the queen on 2 frames. And then when we move this deep, we're going to use a newspaper trick, and I'll show you how to do that, where you put a newspaper between the boxes so you can introduce the bees better. And then we'll be able to get the deep on there. Now the deep is going to be above a medium super. So what I'm going to do is once they get used to each other, maybe a week or 2, I'll go back and swap the medium super that will now be between the 2 deeps and put it on top. So I'm back to 2 deeps and a medium super. And so that's the best way I can really take advantage of having, you know, a good, strong colony here. At the same time, keep my queen in a nuke box for purposes of maybe I'll be inspecting one of my other hives in the next month or 2 and notice I lose a queen. I'll have a queen on standby here. So let's get going. So since we're going to put our 5 frame nuke box in the location of this 10 frame deep, to make it simple, to make this transfer and to combine the hives, what I'm going to do, and it's just going to be me picking up this deep right now and getting it off of the stand, and we'll just move it right here for now. There we go. And so the bees are going to be wanting to come and land here, and so we'll go ahead and set our nuke box there. So let's get the bottom board in position. All right. Get everything lined up good. Even though the hive is sitting, what is that, 3 or 4 feet over there, bees are not going to be able to find it. Isn't that amazing? Look how they're still going there. Now that I've thought more about it, I feel better about taking this and putting it in the back, because the bees need to find their entrance and not be fooled by the screen. There we go. That'll work. For now, let's take this off. Let them get associated. We'll put it back on when we're done. All right, so let's get into our swarm that we caught a few weeks ago. And what we need to do is find the queen, because we don't want to take her. She's a good laying queen. We want to leave her behind. Good number of bees in there. That will beef up that other hive that we're going to combine them with. All right, now for fun, for video purposes, you know, making YouTube videos is a little entertainment, right? So for fun, how about I guess which frame the queen is on? And we'll see how close I am. All right, so I'm going to guess she is on this one right here. What do you think, Patrick?
I have no clue.
What percentage of a chance do I have out of 10?
Well, I'd say about 1 out of 8.
All right. You a gambling man?
No. I used to tell people I work too hard for my money.
Oh, I know.
But they know that's a lie.
Come on, queen, make me proud. I don't believe she's marked. Nothing on that side that sticks out. I don't see her on that side either. But we could be missing her. But Patrick's got a good eye. He usually sees a queen pretty quick. When you record, Patrick, do you look at do you look at the screen or through the...
I do both.
Oh, okay. You kind of look through that little black...
It might be hard for the viewers to tell, but I actually try to focus on what I'm doing.
Oh, wow. No, they like you. My viewers think you do a great job.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
This is a lot more fun than working.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I hear ya. Let's see if the queen is here. Oh, there she is. I was close. I was run one frame off. So, you got to give me credit for being awful darn close. So, we want to keep her over there in this hive. So, to be nice to the bees, if I leave 2 frames of bees, then they don't have a lot of resources. So, I'd rather leave that frame with the queen on it and a frame of resources. Let me pop in here real quick while we're looking into this hive and say, please subscribe to my channel. It helps my channel and helps you be notified each time I make a new video. Now let's get back into this hive. It's glimmering, glistening a little bit there. Let's see what the other side looks like. Ooh, not much there. Let me keep looking. I mean, that's okay, but I wouldn't mind something a little better. Got a little more weight to it, but that's more brood again. But it's emerging brood, so they don't have to take care of it. Let's see. Nah, that's not good. That frame next to it's not good. Let's go the other way, see if we get lucky. We might have our best frame already out. That's another reason I like combining, because you can see this hive just doesn't have a lot of resources, you know. They don't have the strength they need. Good brood pattern there. Wonderful brood pattern here. So that's going to go into the combination. So we got our best frame right here. So we'll leave it 2 frames over here. Let's see. You know what? If I use... no. I'm not going to talk myself out of that. Let's go ahead and get this. This is one I put in here to help them grow, and they haven't done much there. A little bit. Look at that tiny bit at the top. It's just too late in the year. But for space, let's go ahead and put it there. Let's take this one out. Put it back over here. This would be the frame, the hive that we want to combine with the other hive. All right, so I'm still short, but that's fine. Now what I can do, see, I only have 7 frames over here, and I'm going to make this a deep over there, so I do need to put 3 more frames in here, but it'd be better if they were drawn out, but I don't have them. So I'm going to take them like this, push them toward the middle. All right. Yeah. And then I'm going to go let me get 5 frames, Patrick. Got some frames that I can put in here to help just basically take up space. So they don't, if they get excited about building comb, they won't build wonky comb on their own everywhere. I'll have this bee space preserved. Unfortunately, I'm just not going to have much luck with bees drawing out these frames this time of the year. It is unlikely, but if I feed them, it could happen. So I'll try. I've got a couple of months where I can feed bees, and they might draw out some of this wax foundation further, so we'll see. I'm giving it a 50-50 chance maybe. If you don't have your wax drawn out, you know, by mid to late summer, it ain't going to happen. It really isn't. You can be hopeful, but you need to get your wax drawn out early in the season. And so when we try to make a lot of frame manipulations without drawn out foundation, it gets pretty chancy. All right, look at that. We got our bees here that we're going to combine with another hive. And we've got the queen over there. She's laying good. We like her brood pattern. And we just need to put a top on this, and this is done. Let's reduce it though, just so we don't get any robber bees going crazy. Just leave that little hole there. That'll reduce the entrance so they don't have to protect so much. These are tops that I make for my mating nook boxes. I've I make them like out of this kind of aluminum. You can see it doesn't fit, but it's kind of spring tension. So if I move it out, then I can push it down and it snaps into place like that. It's kind of a nice way to put a top on. Okay, so now we have to combine them. Let's put the top on our deep, get ready for transport. And we're going to use the newspaper trick. Here's my newspaper. The most difficult part of using a newspaper to combine hives is finding a newspaper anymore. Everything is online. But here's the newspaper. I wonder if the bottom board will follow or just stay here.
It'll fall off halfway there.
Yeah, exactly. You just nailed it. All right, let's take the top cover off. This hive is doing good. It's off to a great start, but we need to give them more room, but not so much that we have to require them to draw out all new foundations. So combining the swarm hive with some extra brood and all, it's going to be great for them. All right. I like to look for small hive beetle, see what we got. No small hive beetle detected on the top cover. It's where you see most of them. All right, so looking down in here, yeah, that super is really full. Really full. Got a lot of propolis on here. Get my newspaper to sit a little better. By knocking off some of the extended propolis. There we go, that's good. Now, here's our newspaper. So what you do is lay it on here, and what we're trying to do is get the bees from 2 different colonies to get along. So that's why you use newspaper. It kind of slows down the introduction of one colony to another, and it's important to put a couple of slits in it. Not very big, but go between the frames and just kind of make a little slit. That might get some of the pheromones going to help them kind of talk to each other a little bit. Like that. All right, good enough. Now, most of the times this blows off about time I set my new one on here. I think that'll be all right. Nope. So we'll use our hive tool like that. All right. We're ready to go. We need to get this one off the bottom board, put my foot on it. Yep. All of them there. And square it up a little bit. And look at the hive tool over here, Patrick. I kind of use my hive tool just to hold the paper down, but now you can just slide your hive tool out. For working by yourself on a windy day, that works. All right, look at that combo there. Now, we ought to shake these bees off, maybe in front of the hive here. If they want to go in, they can, or if they want to go to some other hive, that's kind of taking care of the bottom board there. All right, got some beetles on this bottom board. Let's go out here and smash them. I don't know where they scurried off to.
I see one in the middle underneath.
Okay, let's see if I can slide that board out. Might expose some.
Let me.
It seems crazy. There's one here. It seems crazy to try to kill every beetle you see. Huh. But if you've ever had a high infestation of a small beetle, boy, you know the importance of killing as many as you can see.
Is that one alive down in the corner? Or
It is alive, yeah. I'm going in with the J-hook on that one. Yeah, that was a... It may have been dead, but it's deader now. There's one in hiding down here. Yep. Spider got that one. Working. The spider's working for us. That's good. All right, we got the majority of them. Oh, there's one here. Got that one. You are getting your camera is being assaulted by bees. All right. So As you can see, we've got our newspaper on here. How long will this take? It'll take about 24 hours for the bees to chew up, and they'll just start bringing pieces of newspaper. You'll see it in a few days out on the front here. And the colony will get along fine. We are going to be able to take this medium super in about a week or two, and I'll bring it to the top. And so I can get my 2 deeps down below with the brood on it and have my honey stores up above. So I'll be working on that. But you can see what you can do when you catch a swarm. You're not sure, they're not going to make it through winter. Or if you even had a weak hive, maybe your hive was weak and it wasn't a swarm, but it was similar to this one with, you know, a little bit of brood, not much resources. Combining it to another hive that could use, you know, more resources, more bees, going to be a big help. So this is going to make this hive here really strong going into winter now. There's a lot of things that we know that we're supposed to do in beekeeping, but do you know there's some things you should never do? Watch my video here, things you should never do in beekeeping. I'll see you over there.